Now, a phrase that we've been hearing about Prime Minister Modi's recent initiatives are Virasat or Vikas, which means heritage and progress, or it can be said, leveraging culture for the economy. Now, the Ram Temple is being built for 18,000 crore, but it's expected to generate business several times this figure. And joining me to discuss this are my colleague Brijesh Pandey and Mr. Praveen Khandelwal of the CAIT. Mr. Khandelwal, welcome to the News9 Plus show. We're talking about the investments, Mr. Khandelwal, being made by the government into the Ram Temple and indeed for the infrastructure that's been catered to around the temple. Explain to us how you believe this is going to act as a force multiplier for the local economy and the national economy.
Well, as you rightly said, that considerable expenditure has been made on Ram Temple, and it is going to boost the not only the local economy, but I believe the international economy as well pertaining to India. Because as we already stated that a trade worth more than 50,000 crores of rupees is going to be held during the month of January because of 22nd of January. That is because of large scale of events to be held not only in Delhi but across the country, involving not only the goods but even the services also. So therefore, every sector is getting its own shape and its own, the account for celebration of the Ram Mandir, and series of events have been planned for that. Therefore, I am of the firm belief that this is going to certainly boost the national economy, and it will encourage the temple tourism in the country.
Right. Absolutely. It will encourage temple tourism. And Brijesh, it's the Prime Minister has been making a lot of statements of late. He's been encouraging Indians to spend locally, from wed in India and
wedding destinations in India.
Wedding destinations in India, and of course tourism, as we all know, in the Lakshadweep. And of course, as Mr. Khandelwal just pointed out, that religious tourism is huge. I mean, 60% of tourism in India is religious tourism. Is this all part of that plan to reactivate this religious economy in the north of India?
Well, I think Sandeep, if once the consecration is done, once the Pran Pratishtha is done, the economy will be on steroids as far as the Ayodhya and in and around area is concerned. Because Ayodhya, if you've been to Ayodhya, it's a very non-descriptive place. It's not in touch with modernity at all. The roads are not in good shape at all. All of that is getting a facelift which is unimaginable. You're getting an international airport, you're getting a
flights have already
booked, you're getting a railway station. Right now, as we see, the Prime Minister, knowing fully well, that what kind of the number of people will land in Ayodhya on 22nd, he had to make a plea saying that please don't come in Ayodhya on 22nd. Trust me, right now, people like 40,000, 50,000, 1 lakh people are descending down in the temple place of Ayodhya to have a darshan of Ram Lala. Once the temple is built, once the infrastructure is in place, I mean, you can't imagine the kind of economy it will generate, the kind of money spinner this entire thing is going to be. Because Ayodhya, already when the situation was not that good and the facilities were not that well, I mean, people were still coming down to have a look at Ram Lala in tent. Now Ram Lala will be in a grand temple, and now you have an airport, you have a railway station.
Well connected.
It is going to put. I think the dream of Yogi Adityanath of making Uttar Pradesh $1 trillion economy, this is going to be a big push.
That's a very important point that Brijesh made, Mr. Khandelwal. The fact that UP's target to be $1 trillion economy is going to be realized in part due to the Ram Temple itself. But, there's been in recent months, temple tourism is booming in Uttar Pradesh. I was just looking at the figures. Varanasi, 7 crore tourists in 2022. I mean, that's 10 times what Goa got. Goa just gets 85 lakh tourism. We think it's a great tourist state and all that. But Varanasi, a city of Varanasi getting 7 crore. What is your predictions for these temples that are being developed in Varanasi, in Ayodhya, and probably elsewhere in UP? How is that going to act as a force multiplier?
Well, all these temples, what we are talking about, have been generating a huge audience, not only from UP but even
Yeah.
from across the country.
Right.
Because of their redevelopment. We must
Yeah.
understand that redevelopment is the root cause. Earlier, Varanasi was there, Shiv Temple was there, but this kind of
The infra
tourism
was
was
not there.
not there
Yes.
because the temple was not in not on its proper position.
Yes.
Now you have such a beautiful temple.
Right.
And if we talk about Ayodhya, I believe more than 12 crore people are going to visit Ayodhya
Yes.
in 2024.
Right.
Itself shows the kind of economy boost
Yeah.
not only in Ayodhya but even the surrounding areas. And
Right.
if I go one step further,
Yes.
not only UP but even all the states of the country are going to get their share because
Right.
people will be coming from across the country from different states.
Absolutely.
They will
And
be
12 crore,
they
Mr.
will be,
Khandelwal, I'm sorry, we are totally out of time here, but that's a very important takeaway. Another figure that you've given us, 12 crore tourists are expected in 2024 in Ayodhya alone. And you can imagine how this business of culture is going to really take off. Thank you very much for watching.
News 9 Plus. Download now.